Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Full Time Ultras. And if you're watching from India, happy Independence Day. Today, the Premier League season finally kicks off again. We've had a month of no competitive football, and finally, the new season is upon us. Everybody's excited, and today we will be previewing the big six teams. Can't say top with Manu and Spurs in there, but the big six teams, and we'll be talking about their chances and giving our predictions for their season in the 25-26 year. Today in the panel, we have our Liverpool fan Riku, our Manchester United fans Shahan and Raghav. Shahan also representing Arsenal. He's a pseudo Arsenal fan. And I will be representing Chelsea. And we will be talking about City and Spurs as well. So let's just get started. Let's dive into it and let's get started with last season's champions, the defending champions, Liverpool. They've had a massive transfer window, almost 400 million spent, and even more coming in the form of Alexander Isak, Mark Gehi, and more probably. They've just lost the Community Shield final against Crystal Palace. Rumors have it that Salah's penalty is still heading to the moon. It's supposed to reach there tonight,
Yeah,
but
it hit my window 2 days back, so it's on
it's on
trajectory
its
to
way.
reach
It's
the moon.
It's reached Canada from England, and now it's in
Mm,
space heading to the moon.
yeah,
But let's talk about Liverpool. Let's talk about, I mean, big changes. Some and very big name leaving them for free. Lots of controversy around it. But then Liverpool have gone out and splashed the cash. What do you expect from them in the coming season, Riku?
Excited, very excited. But it's going to be fun. There's a lot of moving pieces right now, but I think there's something new that Slot will bring into this team this season. We probably need a couple of more signings here and there, minor tweaks. I think there's going to be a few departures as well. Maybe Javi Elliott still leaves, or maybe he leaves in January. Not sure about it. I hope Konate signs. So couple of signs and new contracts. So couple of changes here and there. But this season is going to be very important. I feel initially it might take a few games for us to even gel. I'm excited to watch today's game. I don't know how much of it has changed, but since the FA Cup Community Shield final, but I think there are some gaps that I noticed in the last game that going forward we were a bit out of options, bit out of. I think we were a couple of them were fatigued. I don't know इतना क्या पार्टी कर रहे हैं ये लोग but like तो वो देखना पड़ेगा and then Virgil van Dijk should have been sold 5 seasons back but then he's still there so but he's going to be pivotal because I don't think we have a lot of options at the back this season. Kirkus is good, Frimpong was good. I hope Bradley comes back quickly and yeah, it's going to be a big season for us, so let's see where we can go up to.
obviously some problems with the Liverpool team, the form, whether Salah can replicate his form from the last 2 or 3 seasons. The pressure on Wirtz, the price tag is crazy.
Insane.
Yeah, the midfield
Bundesliga
problem
tax.
where there's no there's not much there's not cover for Gravenberg and everyone, and plus defensive issues. Are you worried about those issues going
Yes,
into?
yes. I'm very worried about how Salah is going to adapt this season. His flair has gone down a bit. I would say his pace has gone down. His agility is down, and he has to adapt to two very new partners alongside. Right, I think he was way more consistent with Nunes and Diaz and folks like Jota was there. I mean, now it's going to be a big change for us. So he has to adapt his game. He was also very adept to how Trent used to come in from the behind. So he could cut in a lot of times. He knew that he didn't have to chal re please ठीक है इज्जत से okay. But मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि the point is that
Yeah.
he will adapt. He will. I think every season I doubt him, and he says that hey, I'll just score a 30 goal season. So let's see what happens this year. But at the back, we need a Kwanzaa replacement urgently, and yeah, let's see how it goes from there.
But what Riku, what like with Words coming in, he's obviously a guaranteed starter. How do you think Sawot's life slots into this team?
कितना सोच के ये क्वेश्चन पूछा है भाई मतलब
He has been thinking about that for the last 1 hour. I
He's
swear to
got it
God.
written down on his arm.
Huh.
I think Soboslai doesn't fit in over here. I mean, I think
You
it was
mean
a
slot
good.
in over him?
हाँ
No
चल रहा है
defense,
बस वो.
just
हाँ.
depth.
You
हाँ.
just overdid it.
या
Mm.
दो और तीन बार बोल भाई. But the point is, I think it's going to be Gravenberch, Maka, and Wirtz. That's why I'm very interested. See if Liverpool doesn't buy another winger, right? So will Wirtz move into the left maybe a bit? Ekitike goes to the
Left.
left. Wirtz goes ahead. I don't know. I haven't seen them play that much, and we haven't tried those combinations also in the preseason. We've
Mm.
played that same 4-3-3 even in all the preseason games. That structure hasn't moved around, which
Gakpo's
I
there.
think
Don't forget about
But I feel,
Gakpo.
but I
He's
also
had a good preseason. Gakpo has
who
played well.
Gakpo,
Cody
Gakpo.
Gakpo is
Gakpo.
going to start. I feel Gakpo is going to be a
Yeah.
regular starter now with Diaz leaving.
Mm.
So no doubt about it. But we need backups because the kind of pace that Liverpool plays, there's a lot of fatigue that will peak in at the fag end of the season. Last season, man, I mean, what did we do after like winning the when we were almost there? Uh, I mean, we were almost there across the finishing line, but the last few games were quite tedious for me. I
It
mean,
was chill mode, bro.
नहीं भाई नहीं we were very lackluster and going forward we didn't have
Because
options.
Liverpool could afford it because we had teams like
We could
Arsenal.
afford it. We had the
10,
luxury.
We
11
shouldn't.
points, bro. Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
My
with
point is they
teams.
shouldn't be
Yeah,
there. That's
with
not,
top
yeah.
teams, you see City wouldn't have done that in the last 4 years. Before the season
Yeah,
they
yeah.
had
So
last
मैं वही बोल
season.
रहा हूँ. It was. I mean, the way we crossed the finishing line was also quite taxing, I would say, because there were moments where we conceded early on and then we had to fight back through the game. So मेहनत तो था भाई. But then the point is कि देखते हैं ये साल how different it is. I feel that's why we'll need options. I was so happy भाई we were getting linked with Rodrigo, but 2 days back I saw City. हाँ ठीक है गूगल बोल रहा है गला काट दो तो ठीक है ओके.
But
हाँ
so basically, the basic gist of the whole thing is that even though Liverpool are coming into this season as champions, they have a very new looking squad and a squad that I think would need some time to click, need some time to gel together and understand how they play with each other on the same pitch. So it is going to be interesting, especially the start of the season. Let's hear your predictions. Where do you think Liverpool finishes
I
in the
think I
Premier
think
League?
let's do predictions in the end. I think that'll be more fun.
All right, we'll leave the predictions till the end then. So
Mm.
moving on,
That'll be fun.
let's go to Bridesmaid FC, the always second,
Mm.
always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Phase 9 Arteta. Where are we
Phase
going with him this season? What do you think, Shahan? What are Arsenal's chances this season?
they're gonna be third choice now. I think they're gonna drop. Like I don't think they're finishing second. They're not winning the Premier League for sure. Um, they've splashed the cash again. Gyökeres is a really good signing, but I don't see how he fits into that team, considering how Arteta would always play, how he would want his striker to play, especially signing Havertz. Havertz would drop in, but Gyökeres is a completely different player to what Havertz is. He's replaced Partey with Zubimendi. Again, another completely different profile of midfielder. So all these signings, these two major signings, kind of indicate that Arteta is going to change his style a little bit.
Do you think that's a
Zubimendi is a
pressure from the
player.
fan base that's causing him to
Um,
finally? I mean, he's a very rigid manager.
Try
He is one
something
who's
different.
always
Yeah,
been stuck to his principles, irrespective of results. Do you think it's the pressure from the fan base, from the club,
it
that
is hundred
it's been
percent.
5 seasons and that's not got us anywhere? Do you
Yeah.
think it's that pressure that's getting to him, and will he crumble under that pressure this season?
Uh, as history suggests, they crumbled under pressure last season because last season was their season. City fumbled and they should have been there to win the title, but they were not, and they fumbled as well. So, in a season, I think where Liverpool are at their best, we are going to talk about City, but I think City are going to be up there. Um, it's going to be a three-horse race. You can't discount Chelsea as well, right? Considering how they finished the season and how they won the Club World Cup. So it could be a three-horse race. It could be a four-horse race, and Arsenal does not have a record of even winning a two-horse race. So it's really hard to predict how they would win the title. I don't see them winning the title. I don't think they have it in them to get it done, especially this season.
घोड़ों के रेस में गधे भी दौड़ेंगे भाई.
So yeah, famous last words. But yeah, I don't think the signings as well. They're like good players. Overall, they've signed Madueke. They've got Mosquera in defense. But their defense is already sorted, so he's a good upcoming young defender. But there's nothing like about their team which says that, oh, it's like, oh, they've made like some crazy signings. Like when you look
Exactly.
at
I mean,
Liverpool,
their
right?
statement signing was supposed to be Victor Gyökeres, right? And then you
Yeah.
see, all right, Gyökeres has come to Arsenal, but so has
Hmm.
Sesko gone to Manu. Manu has got Sesko. Liverpool's bought
Yeah.
Ekiteke. Chelsea is rocking
Isak will
with
go
Joao
there.
Pedro and Liam Delap. I mean, Liam Delap is more like a backup, but still. But Victor Gyökeres isn't that statement signing anymore then,
No,
because
I think he is. I think.
in my opinion, if you look at all the names that I've mentioned, they're pretty much at the same level from what I've seen so far in the preseason. I mean, again, preseason only tells you so much, but still,
Mhm.
from what we have seen, I think they're all at the same level at
I
this point.
think.
So, is he
I
that
think he's. I
signing that
think
sets them apart, that takes them
he
to the
is. I.
top, to the next level?
He's not. I don't like. See, I don't think he's going to win them the title, but I think he's a good player. He'll get goals because his record in Portugal was crazy. The amount of goals he scored, what 60 goals in like 55 games or something like that. So I know it was the Portuguese league, but still, those numbers are crazy, right? He's a good player, and he's played in the championship before, right? So he knows physicality, holding the ball up, running into channels, coming across strong defenders. He's been there. He's done it. Actually, I wanted him to join United, right? He was my first choice to be there, but since we didn't have Champions League, that's why he chose Arsenal. So I would have wanted him to be in our team because I feel that exactly, it's coming to the style of play. I think he suits United more, right? Because it was
Yeah,
crazy because actually Arsenal were in negotiations with Sesko,
Sesko.
right?
Yeah,
That fell apart, and then they went to Gyökeres, who we wanted, but we didn't win the Europa League, so we didn't have the bargaining tool because Gyökeres wanted to play Champions League football. And that was where, so what I've read was Sesko was Arteta's choice, and their technical director wanted Gyökeres. So that was kind of a mix up between them. So now they've gone with a striker that maybe Arteta did not want, and now maybe because of that Arteta needs to adapt. So can he adapt? It's going to be because I think Partey was really crucial for them in midfield. I think he did a lot of work that it didn't come to the forefront, but I think he was really crucial, and it allowed Declan Rice to free up and take those attacking spaces. Zubimendi, I've seen him as a United fan. I saw our crappy United midfield just run across him. And United completely dominated those two games against Real Sociedad, and he was nowhere, right? So I don't know how he's going to adapt to the Premier League. But yeah, there's nothing in this transfer window apart from Gyökeres. Gyökeres has been a saving grace for them, but I don't think there's been anything like Madueke is also like a so-so signing. But if you say when you're competing, going head-to-head against the likes of Liverpool, who completely strolled to the title last season, City coming back strong, we're going to speak about them. I don't think they have it in them. They're not winning the title. Top four, yes, I will speak about the order later. Top four comfortably, but nah, they're not winning the title.
wow. That's a pretty scathing preview for Arsenal for the coming season. I mean, I think that is what the mixed feeling, the overall feeling is in the panel. Like, they are a top team, but they are not the best,
They are a
and
top four team.
they
They're
are,
consistently top four.
yeah, they are far from being that team that's going to win the title or multiple titles. Anyways, moving on from Arsenal, let's talk about the team that everybody has been sleeping on this summer, I think. I mean, they have been dominating English football in the modern era for the last few in the last decade, I'd say. But they have had a quiet summer. They participated in the Club World Cup, lost in painful manner to Al Hilal. I mean, what a game that was. But after that, there hasn't been a lot of buzz around Manchester City. So, Raghav, let's start with you. What do you think about City's chances? Do you think they can bounce back from the season that they had in last year? And do you think they can be there again at the top, challenging the very best for the title.
Yes, because first of all, it's Guardiola. He always bounces back. He always bounces back, and he manages to have a good season after a bad season. But as I think about it, the players that they've lost, Kevin De Bruyne, Ilkay Gundogan, the players that they've lost, they've ably replaced it, and they've done more. And I don't think they're done as of yet, because there's a rumor mill that there could be a domino effect, that Savinho goes to Spurs and Rodrigo comes to City. So I don't think City are done yet, but as of now, whatever business they've done, they've plugged the holes that they struggled with last season. They bought in Tierney, Ryan Diaz, who's who's a really good midfielder, and that brings in some stability to the midfield alongside Rodri. It gives some support to Rodri and Ryan Cherky. It He ably replaces Kevin De Bruyne, and he brings an X factor to that attack in City. Because Kevin De Bruyne, you kind of knew what he does. He will find that glory pass. He will find people. He will find Erling Haaland. But Cherky might just run through defenses. He has that X factor in him, and
Let's
that
keep
might give
that
a
in
different
mind. He
dimension.
won Liga's Dribbler of the Season award last season.
Exactly.
Everybody's been
So
talking
that
about him in France as the Eden Hazard regen, and
Mm.
that is
so
going to be that's a massive tag to carry to the Premier League. And but from what I've seen in the summer at the Club World Cup, he he does live up to the hype. He has
and
that X
I
factor, as you said, and he can be the one who does that, who runs through defenses and creates that magic opportunity. And let's not forget Omar Marmoush, who had an excellent end to
Hmm.
the season last season. I mean, scoring that goal of the season, I mean, wow, that was amazing. But yeah, I mean, everybody's been talking about the new signings. Omar Marmoush is still kind of new. He's only been at the club for 6 months,
6 months.
and this is his first full season to show what he can actually do. So, what do you
So I think
think
these kind of players
with
just these
the
kind yeah.
signings? I mean, it is an upgrade, but from what we watched last season, it was more of Pep's tactics. I think teams figured out a
And
way
they
how
and
to
the City's reliance on
on
Rodri. I think
Rodri,
that is
and
a.
he's injured again, right? He's
Mhm.
still injured. He's not back until after the September international break.
Mhm.
So that's going to be an interesting thing to see. And as I was saying, last season, I think teams figured out how to play against City. They figure out how to sit back, defend, let them do the sideways passing, go side to side, go side to side, and then you hit them on the counter. Do you think Pep Guardiola needs to adapt, needs to change? It can't be that possession based football anymore with how quick modern football moves on, how quick it chops and changes. Do you think Pep Guardiola has to do that again this season, and will he be able to do it?
I think he certainly has to, and I think with the signings that they've made, he certainly plans to do so. And he because Cherky and Mamouche are just two dribbling kind of players who can
They're very direct
pick
transitional
gaps.
players.
They're good transitional
Mhm.
players. They have that X factor. They're really good at taking on players.
Even
They're not
Rodrigo, if
just
he joins.
even if he joins, and
Mhm.
that all this really complements Haaland, because he needs to adapt his game as well if he has dribblers around him. He doesn't have a Kevin De Bruyne or an Ilkay
Last season,
Gundogan with
he
him
looked
anymore.
quite frustrated without. I mean, De Bruyne missed the majority of the season as well with an injury. Rodri was out, and you could see how frustrated Erling Haaland was without the service that he usually gets. Right? If you watch City's
So
games, they were just going side to side, side to side, side to side. They just couldn't get that final pass right to Erling Haaland. So
so
I
that's where these players come in, and I think even this is a big season for Haaland, because, as I said, he doesn't have the usual midfield that City are used to in in the past 2 seasons, like with the Kevin De Bruyne's, the Rodri's. They have a very different dimension and a look about them, and I think it will be a challenging season for Haaland as well, in my opinion.
So
That's it.
will he have to like drop back a bit and like come down to
Maybe
the box and
I don't
then
think so.
I
That's
I
not
I think
Haaland's
so.
game.
how
That's
will
not
he have
Haaland's
to
game,
do
but
that?
he'll have to.
I
Because
don't
with
Mhm.
think
Mamouche and
he'll.
Cherky, you need to adapt a bit. You can't just
So
stick to
that
your game and think that
adapting does not mean that. Bro, Pep's not going to make Haaland adapt his game. They're going to
Yeah,
make
exactly.
Jerky and
They're gonna make the
the
rest of the
other
team adapt.
midfielders
But then
adapt.
Yeah.
Bro, Haaland is a penalty box monster. You're not going. You don't want to have Haaland outside the box. He's of no use as a defense. If I see Haaland outside the box, that means I've done my job. You have to have him in the box.
then that
So
might affect the game of the others, like
no,
Mamouche and Turkey.
the others will
But that
adapt.
is
So
why
the
they've
thing is,
signed these many
yeah,
players in the midfield and the
yeah,
creative aspect in the creative department for the team. Because I
yeah.
Okay,
think Pep wants
who's
them to do all the dirty work and
Yeah,
Haaland to do what he does
Haaland
best.
is just a finishing point. Haaland never even touches the ball. Like
Yeah.
there were some games where he touched the ball once or twice in the half. All Haaland needs to do is just put the ball in the back of the net. That's all.
who's coming for Walker?
Eight Nuri.
Who
Eight
Who's
Nouri's
coming?
left back.
for Walker?
Ah,
Wait,
I think they were signing some
they signed a
flamenco guy,
right back,
Wesley or
no?
something. I think they were looking to sign some right back, Wesley, some
So
flamenco
you can
guy.
see
Because
how
eight,
far everybody has
yeah,
been sleeping on City. Nobody knows who's replaced Kyle
nobody
Walker.
knows.
But
Yeah, wait, how that's quite surprising.
I know, but who was playing there last season when he was like Pep shipped him off to AC
Oh, they
Milan?
have Rico Lewis. No, they have Rico Lewis. They ended up playing Matheus Nunes as well as right back a
Oh yeah,
lot.
I was
And
making my
then
FPL team yesterday and I noticed Matheus Nunes is listed in the defenders. How
yeah, and
weird
then
is that?
also yeah, and then he also kind of used Akanji over there as well. So I think
Shikanji.
Rico Lewis, I think Rico Lewis will play there. But
Thanks,
they've got
man.
a good signing in
Rico
eight Nuri, and
Lewis. Yes.
they've got a good player in eight Nuri as well over there.
जाता
So
हूँ भाई
I
मैं
think
अभी मैं जाता हूँ
they're a good
Pep
team.
जाता हूँ मैं
Okay,
Etihad.
okay.
Mm,
ठीक है, हाँ. Now
okay.
moving on from Man City, let's
Yeah,
talk
I
about
think let's move on to Chelsea. So I'll take over for now.
Pointless.
Gonna ask you about Chelsea.
please with respect when you're
Yeah.
referring to the club world champions, all right?
With who?
Please.
Hey,
Sorry.
चुप रहे.
क्या था भाई भाई वो क्या था भाई राघव
He just teleported to Dharavi.
भाई पूरा बोंकोड़े उसका बाहर आया भाई एक बार में
Like
बोला भाई
so with a lot of people sleeping over City, the attention has now switched to those attentions and those eyes have now switched to Chelsea uh, because of how they ended the season. It was they finished they had a good season last year in the Premier League, and then that form towards the end of the season carried on to the Club World Cup. A little bit of luck in there as well. Good draw, but then in the end they beat the best team in Europe
In the world, yeah.
to hoist the trophy. So good job on that. What do you make of your team's chances, Google, for this season? Because um, Chelsea, as usual, another billion spent. I think. Sorry, so many players come in already. Um, what do you? And we've got a glimpse of them in the Club World Cup as well. A lot of your new signings played, had a good competition. A lot of players scored goals. What do you make of your summer, and where do you see your team finishing in the Premier League, or how do you
Oh,
see them doing?
I'm very,
relegation
very excited to see Chelsea in the Premier League back again next this season. I mean, summer wise, oh, amazing. World champions. I mean, it can't get any better than that. And also, in regards to signings, I think it's been an amazing transfer window. I think Joao Pedro, Liam Delap, Estevao finally joining us from Palmeiras, uh, Jamie Gittins from Dortmund.
Mhm.
Um, then we've had our loanies, the young loanies, come back. Dario Esugo is back. Andre Santos is back. Uh, and they've finally made it to the top level. And so it's a very
Mhm.
young, again, another season with an average age of under 24 and another young team, but this time it feels a bit more experienced team. It's young, but they're proven in the top level, you know. We've got Joao Pedro, who's been at Brighton for a couple of seasons. He's been quite good, and since coming to Chelsea, he scored in his five in his last five. What else can you ask for from your striker? I mean, so yes, I am very excited. I think we'll be up there again. I mean, last season, yeah, we did. If we didn't have that mid-season fall off during December, January, who knows? We would have been easily above Arsenal. We finished the season 3 or 4 points behind them. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you think, well, all the talk last season after December was about Liverpool, Arsenal, Liverpool, Arsenal. Chelsea finished 3 points behind them. So
Mm-hmm.
they last season was quite good. It was a step ahead, step forward. And I think this season has to be the one where we go and at least challenge for the title. I don't see us winning it this season. Not yet. As Maresca has been saying, not ready yet. Again, cup tournaments, different story. I think we have been a club who has
Yeah.
always been good at cup tournaments and knockout tournaments. It's just that it's just how the club is, how the history is and the vibe around the club is. Important matches we turn up, and so knockout tournaments, different story. I think we have a great chance to win some of them, and even the biggest ones out there, like the Champions League. I mean, I'd probably say with the new format and everything, I don't see us winning it, but still challenging. I mean, you can never count Chelsea out in knockout games. So I think it's going to be an exciting and rewarding season again. At least one trophy.
Um, I just had one question. Last season, the manager came under a lot of criticism. A lot of fans criticized him for his play style and everything like that. Of course, Chelsea finished the season strong, and then he goes on to win the Club World Cup. What do you want to see from him, particular in terms of your game style?
What I
Because that
wanted
was a
to
lot. He was pretty stubborn, is what I heard in terms
Exactly,
of his game
exactly.
style.
So what I
So,
wanted to see, I saw it towards the latter half of the season. As you said, he was very stubborn. He used to stick with his ideologies, and that never worked against low block teams. Never worked against
mhm.
teams like City, where he gave up his tactics and switched to a low block instead. You know, so it's never gonna work like that. You need to adapt, and you need to adapt to win games, not just see them out. And that's what we saw towards the end of last season. We saw him change his style that second half in the Conference League final, how he changed the setup to attack and absolutely demolish Real Betis in the second half. In the Club World Cup final, if you watch Athletics video on how Chelsea won the Club World Cup final against PSG, those
Mhm.
tactics were brilliant. I mean, I hadn't seen that all season. All season, I'd never seen Maresca chop and change and come up with something so out of the box, something completely new. They beat PSG at PSG's own game. They beat PSG with man marking, with pressure, with constant pressing. And you think,
Mhm.
I mean, I had nobody in the world, even me, even the most hardcore Chelsea fan, nobody would have said that Chelsea were going to play like they played in that Club World Cup final.
गलती से जीता है.
I mean, anyone who even gave us a chance of winning, who even thought, we are going to win this, thought we are going to play
अपू.
a low block and probably hit them on the transition. No way. No way. And
Mhm.
Maresca I mean, as you said, what I wanted to see from Maresca, I saw it towards the latter half of the season. So that is why I'm
Mhm.
very optimistic. I hope he sticks to it. I hope in the league he doesn't go back to his 9-9. We'll stick to our
And
ideology, our
also,
principle, all playing sideways passing. I don't want to see that anymore. Give me the
and also
Maresca.
quickly,
Yeah,
Also, quickly before we move on, I wanted to ask you because you did not have, like, you've been playing continuously, right? So you haven't had a big break, like hardly, I think, 2 weeks of 1 or 2 weeks of break in the middle, and then again your season started. Are you worried about fatigue setting into this team, especially when you reach the latter half of the season? I know
that's
you
why we
have
have 50
like 10
players.
wingers,
That's why
10,
we
yeah,
have
50,
50
60
players.
players,
Exactly.
but
We
I
saw this
agree. But
coming.
then also 50 players needing to adapt and needing to gel. You have any worries about that, or
I mean,
you're okay
last
with it?
season we saw that system work, but again, it was only because we were playing in the Conference League. You could afford to play
Mm-hmm.
academy players and players who hadn't played for 2 months, 3 months, and
Mm-hmm.
could afford to play them in knockout games in that scenario. But it's going to be different this season because we are competing in the Champions League. We have top tier football, and everybody expects us to challenge for the title at least. So, but that is why, as I said, that it's not just us. It's Man City as well. They've had a less of a break. Liverpool have a completely new team. Arsenal is Arsenal. So let's not talk about them.
यूनाइटेड को काउंट ही नहीं करते हम.
They finished 15th, but I we'll talk about them later, and I have high hopes for them actually. But uh, it's with every team now. We play every team, even if you take out the Club World Cup. Every team plays 60 games a season now,
Mm.
right? So
Yeah.
Chelsea saw this coming a couple of years ago. Our sporting director saw this coming, and that is what we have been building towards. And I think the results are going to start to show this year. You'll see why our business model is what it is.
Yeah. Okay, we'll see.
Cute.
Uh, so yeah, we're moving on from Chelsea.
Yeah, let's move on to Manchester United.
Relegation battle.
Yes.
I don't think so. I don't think so anymore. But yeah, let's talk to Manchester United. Disappointing end to last season. I mean,
End?
Yeah.
who
End?
let? But
End?
I mean, come on, who let Spurs win a trophy? I mean, that is just the rock bottom. You can't allow Tottenham Hotspur to win a trophy.
I know.
But
I agree.
very very sad end to the what had been a terrible season. As Amorim said, they were going to suffer, and they did suffer, especially the
Mhm.
fans. I mean, Raghav has aged 40 years in that last season alone.
His hair says it all.
But yeah, but a big transfer window. I think they
Mhm.
needed it, and it started off in a very funny way. And I know Shan's going to attack me for whatever I said at the beginning of the
I don't,
window.
bro. I seriously don't know where the money has come from, but yeah,
Yeah, but
like Fabrizio said, never underestimate Manchester United. I don't know from where the
say that
money
in an
came from.
Italian accent.
I know,
But
फिर से तो
I'll
आया
get
है छुपा के
cancelled.
रखा था एफडी बना के.
I'll get
I mean,
I'll get
as
cancelled.
Sir Jim Ratcliffe said, they were going to go broke by Christmas, and then they have somehow found millions
Yeah,
and
that's what the
millions, hundreds
tactics.
of millions for Cunha, for Mbumo. What a transfer saga that was. And now they've got the striker as well. They've got Benjamin Sesko from RB Leipzig. And if
Mhm.
rumors are true, Baliba could be on his way soon to Manchester
The
United.
most that would be the most important
That,
signing out of
yep,
all three.
yep.
So, a very, very, very big transfer window. What do you make of Manchester United's chances this season? Let's start with Shan.
13th.
I see the thing with United is whatever I've seen in preseason, I still think there's a long way to go. Um, Based on what we currently have, that is without Baleba, I don't see us finishing in the top four. I don't think we're still there. To be really realistic, there's a problem in midfield, I think, which needs to be sorted.
Bruno.
Attacking wise, yeah, no, I think Bruno's not the problem. I think the person who plays next to Bruno is the problem. Um, I think attacking wise, the signings are brilliant, like I said, but I think there'll be that period where they're going to adapt because, like we said, that Mbumo has not had a full preseason because he was also sitting out. He wanted the move to happen because that saga was long drawn. Sheshko has just come in, right? He hasn't even played a preseason game, so I think United will take a long time, like would at least take 5 to 10 games of the season to adapt. The attack would take time to adapt. Defensively, I think we are okay. Our main issue last season was scoring goals. Defensively, we've done fine. I think we had a better defensive record than Aston Villa last season. We conceded lesser goals than Aston Villa last season. The only problem was 44 goals in 38 Premier League games, and that's where we
Award the
suffered.
white. Award the white.
So yeah,
Crazy
so I
white.
think hopefully if that gets
Just
rectified,
like Arsenal lives
uh,
on XG, United fans live on goals conceded.
Crazy
yeah,
white.
bro, we have Onana in goal, bro. So that's a good stat. So
That
भाई
was going to
Donnarumma
be
भी है
my
क्या?
question, actually. That was going to be a question. You've got what you needed in attack. A main
mhm.
focus at the start of the window was, do they need to go in a different direction in terms of the goalkeeping? I mean, and
There was
now
the
that
question.
Onana is injured, it's going to
He's
be.
not. He's fit.
Oh,
He's
he's back
fit.
again?
He's
So
back. He's
is
fit.
he starting the season or?
I think he will. He should start the season. Yeah.
All right, all right. But yeah, but that's still that question still lingers. I mean, Olana, he hasn't been what was promised. He
to be to be really honest, he's done more off the field for us than on the field. He's got us Mbuma already in the team because Cameroon, and then Baliba's Cameroon as well. So he's become from a goalkeeper. He's become an agent right now.
yeah,
So I think yeah,
100
I
players,
think
Lana.
I don't think we have the money because considering now we are going into this Baleba saga, which any you know as a Chelsea fan how Brighton are because you bought half of their team, that it's very difficult to negotiate with them. They're going to use the Caicedo deal definitely
definitely.
as
Yeah,
a bargaining chip where they're going to be like 100 million. So I think we had plans for a goalkeeper, but we didn't want to spend that much money considering we can't offload Onana because of the amortization of his deal and also the wages that we had. We tried for Emi Martinez on loan, but
yeah.
that was rejected. That was a cheeky bid on loan. Uh, so I don't think, and we immediately shot down the rumors for Donnarumma as well. We are like, we are not in for him. So I think all the focus now is on Baliba, and I think our season depends on if we can get Baliba in. Because I think if we get him in, there's a serious shout for top five, top four. Because I think that's how good a player he is. Um, I think the last player I saw like him was N'Golo Kante, um, where he could do
The
everything. Like
last
he
player
could.
you saw like him was Moises Caicedo, and he plays for my club.
Caicedo, no, Caicedo's a totally. If you see Caicedo, it's
I
a
was just
totally
making
different
a joke.
midfielder.
I was just making a
No,
joke.
but Caicedo's a totally different player. I have
I
seen
mean, but
Caicedo
still the
because
best
Caicedo
midfielder
is
in the
linked.
league. Yeah,
He's not, but it's okay. Deal with it. If he was the best midfielder in the league, Chelsea would have been winning the Premier League. So I don't agree with that. Uh, but Baliba is a totally different player. He's a more complete player, I think, and he fits into that midfield too that Amorim wants to play, and he has the legs. Because Ugarte is playing right now with alongside Bruno. Ugarte has the legs, but he's terrible on the ball. He's terrible on the ball, and that's where we suffer on transition. He loses the ball, and on transition we are done. So that's why he wants Baleba in because he's amazing on the ball and he has the legs to also do the defensive work. So I think if Baleba comes in, we can legit. I feel with the team we have, we can make a push towards top five. But I think the goal for United has to be either in that Conference League spot or the Europa League spot. I think that will be a good season for us considering where we finished. Maybe go on a cup run because the other thing we are also forgetting is that United are playing one game a week, so that is a little bit of an advantage, right? So we are not focusing on multiple competitions. We have enough time to train, right? Last season we didn't have that because we were in a lot of competitions. So I think, yeah, maybe go deep, maybe just outside chance of winning a cup because we have a record of winning an FA Cup, a Carabao
yeah.
Cup. We've done that in the past. So I'm happy with the signings, but I still think there's work to be done, and I hope it's not going to be like an easy deal to get Baliba in. With all the reports saying that Brighton are going to, yeah, they're not going to
And
negotiate.
depends
We'll
on
have to pay that.
outgoings as well, right? You need to
Yeah,
offload
you are-
Sancho, Garnacho,
your club needs to do us a favor there. I think that'll get done pretty soon.
but that's where the
40 million.
Garnacho deal has been stalling. I mean, Chelsea are in
No,
no hurry to get that deal done. They don't
they're
really.
in no hurry, but apparently Fabrizio is like it's pretty advanced, and
It is, but it's just that if United try to negotiate a higher price, we're not paying it. We're just
no, but
not
that's the thing. It's because Chelsea have inflated the market in terms of wingers. Y'all paid what 50 million
50
for
for
Pino
Gittins.
Gittins.
Yeah,
Yeah, Omari Hutchinson has just gone to Nottingham Forest for 38 million.
yeah.
So that's where the bar is going to be set. So I think somewhere like 40 million would do the deal. I think that's where it's heading. So I think 40 million pure profit will put us in a good place to like go and put a bid in for Baliba and
And
all said
as
and
of
done,
rumors
hopefully
from last night, I think Jadon Sancho has had a bid from AS
Yeah.
Roma.
Roma.
So
But
Very soon.
then that depends. I see it depends on him because he might say that I don't want to go on a permanent deal. Send me on loan. I'll be a free agent
wages,
next year.
yeah,
I'll be a free agent next year, and then I can take a signing on fee. That's what he did with y'all as well.
yeah,
For all the freedom talk, he came to Chelsea. he couldn't agree a contract with Chelsea because you guys had a wage structure, and
Yeah.
he left. So he doesn't play for any club. He just plays for himself.
Yeah.
So I'll be really shocked if he accepts this Roma deal, because as a free agent, that's what Trent did as well. You want that signing on bonus, and you just leave for free. So
I
hopefully
could
that
see the
money can come in.
PTSD in Rico's face when you mentioned Trent.
Yeah.
So, and
Yeah, I don't think we've had a right back since Klein left us. So I don't know.
Hmm. Because he was
but
shit. Kept telling you all
let's,
along.
I mean, so a very optimistic season for Manchester United ahead. I mean,
Anything
भाई
is
what's
better than 15th.
भाई दूसरे
definitely,
यूनाइटेड फैन को कुछ
definitely.
पूछा नहीं भाई तूने भाई मेरे को बुरा लग रहा है भाई हरा दे
Bhai Raghav, I have one question. Do you think you're getting relegated this season?
No,
Well, you said that last season as well, and we know how that went. So.
That's a
we didn't
bold.
get relegated. Exactly.
Mhm.
We know how that went. We didn't get
Oh
relegated.
wait, my
That's
question was supposed to be: are you going to be in a relegation battle again? But yeah.
oh yeah, sure. But
So,
no,
anyways,
actually,
anyways. So, but Raghav, what do you, anyways, as Riku said, let's put a question to him as well. How optimistic are you about United's season? And do you think
I
the
and will Bruno
minimum
stay another season
he's
He's staying
definitely
this
saying,
season.
he's definitely saying,
This season, yeah.
हाँ
अबे एक और सीजन इन
हाँ
After
उस
this season.
वो तो
अरे
ये सीजन
complete
के
your
बाद ही
question,
पता
man.
चलेगा ना
Why are we
We are
listening to
talking
you?
about this season. Why are you going to the
अरे
next
वो
season?
एमेजोन ने
मेरी
बोला था
Time
ना ये
time
मैच के
नहीं है
बाद
रे
पता चल
इधर.
ही ना जाएगा शुक्ला जी
4 बजे को बकवास सवाल कर रहा है राघव.
ये
Raghav, my question was, do you think a Conference League or a Europa League spot is the bare minimum for United this season? Is the
Yes,
target?
considering we finished 15th last season, I think getting into the top half and getting into those European football spots should be a goal. And considering the signings we've made, we've actually revamped our whole attack with, and more importantly, we've gotten players who fit the back three system that Ruben Amorim plays. Mbomo, Cunha, especially those two forwards,
Tens.
they've
Number
they're
10s, yeah.
used to playing a back three system in the Premier League. So that makes a huge difference, and I'm actually really excited to see how Mason Mount plays this season because
He's had a good
uh,
preseason.
Ah,
he's had a really good preseason, and I feel that
I
he
mean, the
could
hospital
be
will be calling him soon enough. So
Yeah.
yeah, of course.
Hopefully
But if
that's
he can
not
stay
the case,
fit,
but
I think I'm really excited to see
रीस
his
जेम्स के
play.
बाजू वाला बेड साथ में
He
mm.
I'm really excited to see Mason Mount play, and yeah, of course, if Believer gets in, we're in for a shout for a top four. But other than that, I think we're in for
so
a
top four with
good,
so you're
decent
saying
five to
with
six.
Baliba you can compete with City, Liverpool, Arsenal, and Chelsea for the top four spot.
No, we are not competing with Liverpool. I'm saying that
For the top four spot,
Liverpool,
I'm saying.
yeah, I think that fourth spot will be a close battle if Baliba joins in, because
If
I
Believer
think
joins it, we have a
I
shout. I'm
think
not saying we have a shout. We have a
we
shout for
have a
that spot.
genuine shout to be there and compete, especially with Chelsea as well.
ठीक है भाई
जलूलू
I'm
ठीक है
just
भाई
saying. I'm just saying. Like that's the thing. It's easy to predict because we all sat here last season and we said that Liverpool are shit and they're not going to win the title.
yeah
And
मैंने
Arne
बोला
Slot's going to come in and
They're
that
gonna be a
that guy who's
transitional
laughing over there, that fan, the transitional season. He predict. No one predicted Liverpool to do well.
No, I
Last
accept.
season
I
and
accept. I
win the
accept.
Champions League. तू तो अलग ही case है भाई. तू तो बात ही मत कर.
I because Klopp
Even
took one,
the
I
you know,
thought it would be
let's
genuine
move
season.
on. Let's move on from
yeah.
Manchester United and talk about another team that could be finally making a comeback from the bottom of the
Mhm.
table, near the bottom of the table, to I think a serious shout for the Europa League, or as I think they are, in my opinion, a better shout for competing with Chelsea for the top four spot than Manchester United. Let's talk about Tottenham Hotspur. They've had a very
Spurs was shit last season, bro. They didn't even deserve to win the final. They were that bad.
आना
They
भाई
played on the counter. Spurs was
they won.
shit.
भाई
They
गोल
won.
इतना क्या हाइप
They
कर रहा
won.
है भाई
Come
स्पर्स
On an
on,
own
bro.
goal.
Spurs was
Own goal.
shit, bro. Bro, Spurs was shit last season. Of course,
Agreed,
they
agreed.
won the
But
final, but they were shit.
they've had a good transfer window, and it looks like it's gonna get better. They are linked with Eze and Savinho from Man City. I mean, I think, in my opinion, it's going to be either one of the two, not both. It would be
Yeah,
amazing if they
one.
get both, but
No, but
uh,
I read somewhere that they're working on two separate deals. They are looking to get both in.
I
Amazing.
don't
If
think so.
Daniel Levy manages to do that, that would be incredible. I mean, Moreno would be the one who's most angry. But
Hmm.
I think they've had a good transfer window with Mohammad Kudus also coming in. They've had a very good transfer window.
Palinia,
Pa-
Palinia in midfield.
Palinia from Bayern Munich, and they've got a new manager. You
Hmm.
cannot discount the new manager bounce. And Thomas
Thomas Frank
Frank
is a good
is a
manager
good
as well.
yes. I was gonna say he's a
Yeah.
very good manager. I mean, every
Hmm.
top team who's been looking for a manager in the last few seasons has been linked with him. Uh, whether they were concrete talks or not, but he has been in the conversation with the top teams, and he's finally landed himself a big six job with Tottenham Hotspur.
Hmm.
He managed to do pretty amazing things with Brentford, with
Yeah.
whatever he
His
had at
whole team
his
got ripped.
disposal.
His whole team got ripped apart
Yeah,
at Brentford.
but
Hmm.
that just shows how well they were, how well he had molded them as a
Yeah.
team, and so that's why I am very optimistic, especially after that Super Cup game against PSG. I mean, they did what they do best. Uh,
Yeah,
amazing,
I
But
think
it's so
basic.
PSG were
funny.
not.
As
It's
a
so
PSG
funny
Chelsea
were
that they
not
fan,
fit
made.
enough.
as a Chelsea fan, it
PSG
was
were not fit
so
enough as well.
satisfying to watch that bottling in the last 10 minutes by a London
Hmm.
club. I mean,
But
Ars-
it's so funny that they made attacking signings and the two goals scored were by defenders.
Yeah,
But
Their
and
two
also,
they were
defenders
like,
scored goals.
yeah, they were
no,
like corner aerial, like pretty
but also,
aerial
guys, you guys are
goals.
forgetting that they haven't really replaced anybody. They haven't really replaced Kane and Son ever since they left. I mean, Son is leaving the season. I
Have
don't
left
see
already.
them. Sorry.
Have
Solanke
left.
came in.
Huh,
I
but
think
like
Solanke
they're
came
not
in.
Kane and Son, right? Then
Yeah,
they
but
are
at
not the
one,
marquee
yeah, but
strongholds
and
that
they
you
had
at
know.
never
one
You
they've
point,
never
can't,
been in a
bro. You can't
financial
replace Kane and
position
Son
to
so easily.
replace.
bro, but at one point,
They
even Kane and Son were like nothings. Like they made their reputation to being
at
Kane
But
and
Tottenham,
bro,
Son,
so for
right?
at
example,
Tottenham.
for example, if Bruno leaves tomorrow, you're not going to replace him and saying that I'll play Mason Mount there or somebody like that, right? You will
No,
get
but
a
they
stat.
haven't. But they've got Kudos to replace Son, no? Kudos has
Yeah,
come
but
in for
it's
Son,
I
and
would say that and I haven't seen them spill a lot of cash in the last few seasons, a lot of cash.
But they're
Okay,
good
so
signings. They're good signings, and
they are
I'm
good
pretty sure they're
signings.
Even
gonna get
Matisse
either the
Tell Matisse Tell
Savinho.
has been made permanent, by the way.
They are good
yeah, that's
signings
Tell
to
as well.
finish
Matisse
ninth.
Tell has been made permanent.
That's why I
Who
said. That's
finished
why
ninth?
I said
I'm
they
saying they're
are.
finishing eighth or ninth.
That's
Oh, this
why
season.
I said they're
Yeah.
good shouts for the Europa League and Conference League spots, like solid
Yeah.
shouts. And definitely, I mean, if you say that United could compete for the top four, I'd say
Hmm.
so could Spurs. I mean, I'd put them in
I
the
think no,
same tier
I
as
just feel
Manchester United.
United signings have been better than Spurs.
Oh,
Much
That's
definitely.
what
I
I
better.
feel.
mean, definitely. I mean, but also somewhat, I'd say that opinion is formed due to the media. But
No, in fact, for me, like as a United fan, I feel more threat from Spurs. Of course, we can't focus on every team, but I feel more threat from Newcastle and Aston Villa. I think Villa have a settled team. Of course, they've not done a
that's why
lot
I'm
of
saying
business,
they're
but
they're
their team
not
is settled.
they're not a really a threat, but they have the potential to be a dark horse. Is what I'm saying.
They have obviously they have the potential because Thomas Frank's a good manager.
Yeah.
But in the end, like we talk about Arsenal, Spurs are just Spurs, man.
I
Like in
mean,
the end, Spurs are Spurs.
it's
It's
that
football
famous
heritage.
Alex Ferguson that comes to
Yeah,
mind.
वही मैं बोल
it's
रहा
Spurs
हूँ
just
lads.
football heritage.
मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ that they spent so much money on this new stadium. They got a lot of other things coming in, going in. I mean, they've been playing a few finals now. But the point is that what are they doing to take it to the next level? I don't. They're buying these fringe players, and you can't say that they are great signings. Okay,
Yeah,
you're
But
not
just
it's
Spurs
competing.
they've
signings.
never been in
Spurs
a
का
yeah they've never been in a
Spurs का
financial
औकात ही
position
वैसा
to
है.
हाँ
They are
I know,
इसीलिए
but
they won
even
enough
forget
award.
financial forget. It's just the type of player. Players don't want to move there. It's simple. Like players, they don't want to go. It's the history and the prestige of the club as well. Like Newcastle as well, they
You
suffered this
ask any
season
player,
because
do
of
you
that.
want to join Spurs or do you want to join Manchester United? Even though both finished 17th and
It's
15th, everybody's gonna pick Manchester United without a
yeah. It's
shadow
like
of doubt.
Newcastle faced that with Champions League, and there's always going to be a food chain
Yeah.
in football, and I think Spurs are a little bit lower in that food chain
so my
alongside
question is,
Newcastle.
what are they doing about the brand value? I mean, I don't see
You
them doing
can't,
anything.
you can't. Spurs will have to win like
Their peak was that
maybe two
2019
Premier
Champions League
Leagues.
final, reaching that Champions League final. That was their peak, and that is
Spurs,
as far as they can
mhm.
get. I think.
Exactly. My point was that they were at the pinnacle of it, right? And
they
they've
don't
not
have
done anything about it.
they don't have the brand value to do it. So
They had to
that's
let
why
go
these
of that
teams
peak.
suffer.
They had to let go of
Spurs will for Spurs to be on even be on United or Liverpool's level, they'll have to do like a City where someone comes and funds them and they suddenly like buy all the best players with unlimited cash because your finances can allow you to do so, and then you end up like buying everyone and then you end up winning multiple Premier Leagues, and that's where
and then you get
other
150
players who are
charges.
good players, yeah, other good players will take focus of you and they'll be like, oh, you guys have a good project. Like we talk about a football project, right? You have to convince a player according to the project you have. And Spurs have always had, they've won the Europa League obviously, but they've always had that that Spursy thing about them where players are like, nah, fuck it, we'll just join another team with a more prestigious outlay. So yeah, I think that's where Spurs suffer. But don't discount Aston Villa and Newcastle. I think
So I
I
think
think
let's
Newcastle
let's
are
get
done.
to that. Let's get to our final predictions for the season,
yeah, yeah,
for
yeah,
the
yeah.
forthcoming season. I don't know where Rigu's gone, but hopefully he'll be back
Hmm.
soon. So let's
Simping.
let's start with Shahan. Let's start with your top four predictions.
Yeah, I'll be quick. I think I'll go a little. I'll shock everyone and I'll say I think City are winning the title. I don't know why. I don't have a reason, but I think as of now, based on what's now that like what we have right now, I think City are winning it. I think if Isak joins Liverpool, then I think Liverpool win it because I think Isak is that X factor. He's the best striker in the world for me. So if Isak joins Liverpool, Liverpool will win it. As how it is right now, it's Manchester City, Liverpool to finish second, Arsenal to finish third, Chelsea to finish fourth,
What about
and
fifth, sixth?
I would say fifth. It would be I would say Aston Villa fifth, based on how it is right now,
All right.
and United sixth is what my predictions
Why
are.
Aston Villa?
I think they've been consistent. I think they have a settled team over there. Unai Emery is a really good coach, and the biggest thing was with them having what keeping Watkins in that team, and their preseason has been fantastic. Aston Villa have started so well, so I think Villa will get fifth. But I feel if United can land Baliba, then they have a shout to finish fourth or fifth. That's my prediction, and Haaland will win the Golden Boot.
All right. Raghav, your top four, fifth and sixth for Europa, and who's winning the Golden Boot? Let's do the Golden Boot as well. So, who's winning the Golden Boot?
I'm gonna go with. It might shock a lot of people, but I'm gonna go for an Arsenal title. No, I will go for like I don't know, man. I don't know. Like भाई अगर लोग
Yeah,
इतना बोल रहे
we've
हैं
got to clip this. We've got to clip this and
It's
show
just it's
everyone's
what
reaction
Raghav
to that
it's what
prediction.
Raghav does
let's
every
go.
season. But
Yeah,
okay,
This
it's
is
it's
what
fine.
he
fine.
does.
It is mine. It
This
is
is
mine.
what
It is
he
mine.
does.
This is what he does.
I don't know.
So,
Okay.
and I'm gonna go second. I'm gonna go for City. So, City finished second. Liverpool finished third, and I'm gonna go for Chelsea the top four. My top four is finishes with Chelsea, and fifth and sixth. I feel that United can finish in the top six. I'm gonna go for uh, Newcastle at fifth and United at sixth. And Golden Boot. I mean, you can't go past Haaland. You can't go past Haaland. Like there's
Isak
no
is a
doubt.
good shout if he joins, but Isak would
If
miss
he
what
joins, but
three or four
I don't.
games.
He would
Isak
miss 3 or
would
4 games.
already be behind. Yeah.
Exactly. So I think you can't go past Haaland.
Gyökeres is a good shout as well.
If I'm saying Arsenal is winning the title, then I think Gyökeres has to be there. But
You
Haaland
don't.
take it.
Yeah, but bro, Kane has won Golden Boots and Spurs have been nowhere. So
Yeah.
just saying.
No, but Haaland wins it for me.
Fair.
All right, then Riku, let's start with you. Quick your top four, fifth and sixth for Europa, and your, I mean, wait, fifth and sixth. I'm saying fifth and sixth for Europa, but it's most likely fifth is also going to get Champions League
Yeah,
football.
Champions League, yeah.
But let's say your
depends
top
on
four.
how their top five this season performs.
Let's go with the conventional top four for Champions League, fifth and sixth, and your Golden Boot.
Cool. So I agree with Shan. It's going to be City probably who's going to win the title. I feel they're going to
Back your
bounce back.
team, bro.
I,
What the
don't-
fuck?
bro. I mean, I would
The
not
most
because
antiest fan ever, bro. Back your fucking team.
sell Salah.
Champions.
Yeah, sell Salah, guys. Hashtag. So I feel City winning the title. Second will be Liverpool, and I agree we have to get Isak for that. There's a lot of lack of creativity up front, so we need to do something about it. Third, I feel it's going to be Chelsea. Arsenal fourth. Fifth probably United if they click. I don't know if they'll click. Sixth Aston Villa, and Golden Boot might be if City's clicking, it's probably because of Haaland scoring, or so it's maybe Haaland or and surprise me Salah, or I don't know, maybe that's probably.
I was just so sure that Riku will say Eki Tiki.
नहीं भाई हो सकता है भाई because he is going to be the central
Depends
man.
on Isaac. Depends on Isaac.
Depends on Isak. So because if Isak doesn't come, he's going to be the main man
Yeah.
inside, right? So he's going to score a lot of goals if Liverpool are gelling well. That's the problem. So let's see, let's see.
All right.
Round it up, Gogol.
So my
Chelsea
uh
first.
no, I don't see us winning the title. I said this earlier in the video as well. So
अरे
for me,
सुनने का ना थोड़ा.
for
sorry
me,
भाई.
uh, I am going to give the title to Liverpool. I think they're a very good team carrying forward from last season, and they have strengthened it further. They've added big signings. If they get Isak, or even if they don't, I think they have the potential to win the league. So for me, uh, Liverpool goes first. I'd go Chelsea second. I am very optimistic, but I think we have to be in the title fight this season. We just have to. Even if we are not second, we finish third, but it's gonna be close. So I say Chelsea second. City is third for me. Even though they have added very good signings, it'll be very interesting to see how Pep Guardiola adapts to the ever changing game. If he's able to break free from his possession based style or reinvent it in a way that works against low blocks. So, very interesting to see that. Uh, for me, fourth is Arsenal. I mean, I think Chelsea are a step above them at this point, in my opinion. Chelsea are ahead of them, and so are City and Liverpool. So, Arsenal fourth. For fifth, I'd go with Newcastle. I mean, even though they have been rejected by almost every single player on the planet this transfer window, they're a solid team, a team that is backed with passionate fans as well. So, a team that is very strong at home. So, if uh, Eddie Howe can continue doing what he's been doing for the last couple of seasons, I'd say Newcastle fifth. I'd say Spurs sixth. Um, I mean, if you've watched this video so far, you know I am very optimistic about this season. So Spurs sixth. In terms of United, I do not see them finishing in a Europa League spot. So it's going to be Conference League for them this season. So that's my predictions. Uh, Anyways, excited to start the Premier League tonight. It's finally back, and we couldn't be more excited, more happier. Uh, we will be covering it as frequently as possible. We'll try our best to do a weekly episode covering Premier League football and other leagues as well. Uh, you can never count out the Champions League, the La Liga, even Bundesliga. We have some in-house fans of the Bundesliga as well. So we will be
Club World
doing
Cup.
special
Yeah.
episodes covering them.
Lot of content on Instagram as well. So
So yeah,
follow us over.
Instagram we have been posting reels almost daily. So do drop us a follow. Uh, you'll find interesting facts, interesting videos, some amazing coverage on Indian football as well. So thank you for watching, and we'll catch you next time.
Oh, by the way, breaking news: Ronaldo is coming to India. Al Nassr just drew FC Goa, so yeah.
Oh, nice.
So
I mean,
yeah,
Neymar was
go watch
supposed to come
Ronaldo.
as well, so
Yeah,
never
nah, Ronaldo will come.
never start
Portugal,
counting your
bro.
chickens too
Goa.
early.
The
तू देखेगा
Portuguese
तभी
connection.
तू देखेगा तभी उसकी शादी हो रही है भाई क्रेजी हो जाएगा भाई
No.
uh,
Crazy, bro. Crazy.
anyways,
क्रेजी हो जाएगा
thank you for joining, and we'll catch you next time.
See you.